Okay, so today's going to be super messy. You're going to get two pieces of paper, one black and one color. So on the black one, you want to use a pencil and write your name on the back. I'm going to write, you want first name, last name. So I'm going to write Tracy, Ciotti, and then 1-X, because there is no 1X. So you want first name, last name, class. So if you're 1A, you're going to write 1A. If you're 1H, you're going to write 1H, so forth and so on. So I have this. This is the back. I'm going to turn it over, okay? You don't have to write your name on the color one, so don't worry about that. You are going to get to share in your group. You're going to get some white paint, and I'm going to put some water in it, and you can mix it up so that the white paint is a little watered down. This is a little thick right here, so I'm going to water it down just a tad over here. Okay, that's probably pretty good. So now these brushes are stippling brushes. They have a flat part of the brush. This is flat and it's kind of like a toothbrush. We're not going to be using them for what they're designed for, but we are going to be using them to splatter our paint. Now remember to turn your paper over so that your name is on the back, okay? Because we want to splatter paint on this side. We don't want to splatter paint over our name. So I'm going to hold this straight up and down, and I'm going to take my finger underneath the bristles, and right close to the paper, I'm going to spread the bristles like that. Look at what that does. So I'm going to do it several times all over the place. I'm actually going to do it 1 billion times all over the place. Going all over the paper. This is going to be outer space. So I'm going to put some places that have a lot, like maybe this is a galaxy. I want a lot of stippling right there. I want a lot of stars to be right there. Like maybe it's the Milky Way galaxy. We're part of the Milky Way galaxy. So maybe there's a lot over there. Maybe there's just a little bit over here. Notice I still have not gone back and dipped in the paint again. I don't have to, because look at all these stars that I'm making. Once your brush is a little drier, it actually makes stars that look further away. It makes smaller stars. So when you first start making your stars, they're a little bigger, so they look closer to the person viewing the artwork. And then when you get into the back, get a little drier on your brush, that makes little tiny specks, and it makes the stars look really, really far away, because things get smaller as they are further away. As they go back into space, they get smaller and smaller. So I think that's pretty good. If you want to dip again, you can dip again. If you want more stars, that's fine. Ooh, see how big those stars are? Pretty big. I'm going to make another galaxy right over here. Okay, I like that. I'm going to make a couple of things over here just to balance out my paper a little bit. Don't worry if you get things on the table. That is just fine. You want to cover everything on your paper. Notice I'm getting stuff on my blue paper. That's fine too. Don't worry about it. That'll all take care of itself. Okay, once you are done, you are going to take this and put it on the drying rack, so that it is out of the way. This is the only paper that has your name on it. So I think I'm done. I'm going to go put that on the drying rack. That's all set. If you want to wash your hands in the meantime, you can. I'm just going to rub it on this paper because I don't really care. All right, so this paper does not have my name. When you are ready, when you have put your black paper away, you are going to bring this paper to me at the green table. I'm going to have all of the colors of paint that I have out there on display. While you are online waiting for your turn, you are going to pick which 2 colors you would like to use for this part of the project. You only get to pick 2. So then you're going to come up to me and you're going to say, I want the pink, and I want the yellow. If those are your two colors. You can pick any two colors, but these are the ones I have out. Then I am going to put this on your paper. So I'm just going to spread it out a little bit. Put things here, put things there. I'm going to take the other color, spread that out a little bit, put things here, put things there. And you are going to carefully, carefully, carefully take this back to your seat. You do not want to drop it. You want to have your fingers on this side and your fingers on this side. You want to carry it very carefully back to your seat. If you drop it, you're going to be spending the rest of the time cleaning up that mess, and you're not going to have one of these papers next week. You want to have one of these papers next week. I guarantee it. So when you're back at your table, you're going to take a brush and you're going to cover the entire paper with this paint that's already on it. Now, some places you want to leave as one color. So this, ooh, it's really mixing with the back of the blue paper too. So I like that. That's why I'm giving you color paper. And you can make like designs in the paint if you want, whatever you want to do. So you want some of the color to be just that color. So if you pick blue and green, you want some parts of your paper to be blue, just blue. You want some parts of your paper to be just green. And you want some parts of the paper to be mixed. But you don't want the whole thing to be mixed, okay? So I'm moving around the yellow right now because the yellow is the lighter color. So I want to make sure that I have a good portion of the yellow covering the paper, because if I put the pink over it or any other color over yellow, it's such a weak color that the yellow will just pretty much disappear. So I want the yellow to be all over the place. And I'm going right to the edges of the paper. I'm not leaving any corner that is unpainted. I'm going to every single part of the paper. Now I just have the red left, or not red, the pink left. So I want some parts of it to be pink. I want some parts of it to be yellow, and I want some parts of it to be mixed. Pink and yellow make orange. So this is going to be nice and mixed. I might want to take my fingers because this is dirty, the brush. So I'm just going to make parts that I know are just going to be pink with my fingers. Just pink, just pink, just pink. So now I know I can take some of that and I can make designs. I do want to cover up all the blue paper. I don't want to see any of the blue that's just blue. But I can go back and do other things over here. But I do have parts that are just pink. I'm gonna finger paint a little bit right here to make that sure that is just pink. Okay, so I just want to cover up some of this blue and then maybe make some designs on my paper. So now I have some orange. Oop, I gotta get that blue out of there. Gotta get that blue out of there. Blue, oh, there's blue over here. I want to get rid of that. So I'm just making designs in the paper now basically, but I want to make sure some of the paper stays pink. I want to make sure some of the paper stays yellow, pure yellow. And I want to make sure some of the paper is mixed. And I could do whatever kind of designs I want. I could go like this and just have dots of things all over the place. As long as I make sure that I do have yellow, I do have pink, I do have mixtures. And the blue paper underneath creates like this green with the yellow. I love it, I love it, I love it. Oh, I have some blue here. I'm gonna use my finger to cover that up with the pink. Ooh, and this mixed with the blue paper makes kind of a purple. I am so loving that. Okay, once you are done, you're gonna put your dirty brush in the dirty brush bin. You are going to take your paper very carefully because it is very wet, and you are going to hold it with two hands just like you did when it was full of paint. With two hands, you are going to take it to the drying rack and you are going to very carefully slide it on. Okay, so then you're done. If you finish early, obviously you have to clean up your table before you do any kind of free draw. So if you have time for free draw, I don't even know if you're going to have time for free draw. So I hope you have fun. We will figure out what we are doing with these papers next week.